Hey guys, Doyle here with Doyle's Basement Records. Um, how's everyone doing? I'm doing well. I figured since I have all my Tom Waits stuff up, I'm gonna do a little video of how I got introduced to Tom Waits. So before we get started on that, why don't you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Please leave me a comment in that comment section. Let me know if I suck, if I'm doing alright for you guys. Excuse me. A little late. And remember, I don't have any editing, so if you're looking for perfection or anything good like that, man, I'm sorry. It might not be for you guys. Um, but, alright, let's get started. So it's funny. I think I mentioned this in a few videos. Kind of a little short story, but I'll do a full one. How I got introduced to Tom Waits. So before I actually listened to an actual Tom Waits song, me and a few friends so Primus and Go-Go Bordel opened up for him. Go-Go Bordel is a very different band. I am a Primus fan. Listen to the album Frizzle Fry, and then their instrument player, like the guitar player, the bass player, and the drummer, just incredible musicians. The singing, yes. Are they weird songs? Yes. But man, they get fucking down on that album called Frizzle Fry, which is their first album. Um, just listen to the opening song, "Two Deaf Feet, Laws of Tradition." I still remember the first time I ever heard that song. That's another time or story. But all right, so I live in Kansas City, so we're at Uptown Theater. Primus is playing. We're all tripping balls. This is a long time ago. Um, we're all tripping, and it's pretty much everyone at that Primus show. If I had to put a guess, 65 to 70% part of those folks are probably tripping too. Um, Uptown Theater's it's one of my favorite venues. It's kind of not stadium big, but it's a big indoor with quite a few thousand peoples, and it's a big but intimate, I feel like, venue. And man, it's in July or August. I don't remember. I don't remember which month. So, and we're in Kansas City, so it gets 100 degrees easy, and it's humid, very humid, dude. Air conditioning doesn't even work in that place, or I mean, it does, but that day the air conditioning broke, and man, oh man, everyone. By the time Primus started, was just sweating buckets. Everyone was taking their clothes off. People were fully dressed. Girls walking around topless. I mean, guys without their shirts. I mean, there's some gentlemen you just like, oh my god, put your shirt back on, man. I didn't take I'm a chubby guy, so I sucked it up. I can handle the heat. But oh god, I remember I had long hair at the time, and I mean, it felt like I remember like shaking my head, like not only that I'm tripping because that doesn't help me sweat, but my god, it looked like I just got out of a shower, just dripping. That's how everyone was. Incredible show. And towards the end of Primus Primus's set, Go-Go Bordel comes out, and they play the song called, I figured out it was called Big in Japan later on. But I didn't know what this song was at the time, and I thought this was the best song of the whole night. Like, and they combined and did it together. And because he was like, I'm gonna play you some. He talked real funny. He's gonna play you some Tom Waits, and he's like, there's some very interesting people on the stage. Because Les Claypool's kind of an odd character, funny dude. And he kept saying how was like, man, everyone's got sweaty balls as he talks. If you know Les, or not know, but seeing him or listening to him talk, you know what I'm talking about. Very funny guy, but yeah, that's how I first got introduced. But for several months after that, I had no idea who sang that song, if it was a cover or if it was. I was pretty sure it was a cover because he said he was gonna play a cover of it. But I never really heard that song until a few months later. One of the guys I did landscaping with showed me some Tom Waits. And I got introduced, probably the first album I owned and listened to by him was Closing Time, which was his 1973 debut. And this is when he still had like he didn't sing Tom. I don't sing real graspy. Like he had a real graspy voice later on in most of his shit. This one he did not. He could sing kind of almost high, almost. Definitely check it. A little jazzy, great songs. It's one of those like, good God, this could have been written in the '70s or the 2015 on some of the songs. Love this album. Um, First one I ever bought. This is a very special album to me. This is one of my buddies bought in Chicago at one of the. I already forgot. It's like the number one rated Chicago record store. Man, damn it. Should have wrote it. That's what I get for not having my cheat sheet here, huh, guys? I always forgetting shit. But anyways, that summer, oh man, this is. Let's see. I'm sorry. This is probably 2010. Yeah, maybe 2010 when this is all happening. So I kind of start dipping into Tom Waits. I think the next album I listened to was Mule Variations, which is right behind me, and then Bad as Me. I I think it's Swordfish Trombone is my third one I ever listened to. Then Rain Dogs and Small Change, I believe. That sounds about right. Then after that, I couldn't tell you what I started getting into. But I'll admit, a lot of his songs, I can't say a lot, but because he has so much work. There is songs I definitely don't like by him. And there is a few albums I really don't like, but I just had to have. Um, Alice being one of them. Not a good album, but there is a lot of stuff where I'm still holding that like an idiot. Man, there's a lot of albums he does is great and some really great songs. He's if you've probably seen him in some movies too. He's a good actor, pretty cool guy, definitely out there. Has the Kramer hair sometimes. Always use real unorthodox lyrics. Some of those lyrics I absolutely love, and then they'll just take like a 180 turn. I'm like, man, you're gonna go there after that just gorgeous like two lines he did. You just, well, okay, that's different, but that's fucking Tom Waits for you, man. Yeah, if I had to recommend someone like that, I don't know if you should always start with their. I mean, since this is my favorite, I was just first. Do you recommend you recommend it like at the beginning, like start them at the beginning, or do you start them with your favorite, or do you kind of start them in the middle of the pack, so you don't listen to his what I think of his best stuff. Like I want to show you some of his stuff that's right in the middle, so you can still go up. It's not like you're just going down. You know what I'm saying? Um, but thought this was a really cool cover too. Jeez, easy, Chris. They're just sitting at the piano with some liquor there, cigarettes in the ashtray. A lot of fucking cigarettes. He was a big chain smoker and a big drinker too. And this is what I was telling you about in one of my this whole. I didn't think that gonna care. This whole thing just beat the fuck up. Like dents right here, and this is that oh god, I don't know if you can see it. Look at that. Probably not, but that's when I remember this. I don't know how I think it got stuck, and I went like this, and it just ripped right there. I haven't listened to this album in quite a while either. Probably been at least from start to finish. Probably been maybe at least a year. I would not mind listening to it. I'll put on some songs like, from the album, but not like from start to end though. But yeah, I just want to kind of do a short video, kind of like how I got introduced to Tom Waits, why all this shit is up, because I do intend to take it down, even though I'm being lazy. I was gonna take it down last night, but I was like, nah, I'll just leave it. Because I fell asleep on the couch. I was gonna watch some TV, and I was like, you know what? I'll take it down here in a little bit. Then I fell asleep on the couch at like 3:30, and I was like, oh Jesus! All right. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna crawl upstairs, go to bed, or go back to bed, but lay in the bedroom. Oh, I believe I'm only like 3 albums away from one. He did like a soundtrack with some other lady. I've never even tried to listen to it. Still, I've listened to everything else he's ever done except for that album, which I don't get why. I just I want to get it on record, to be honest, before I listen to it. And then there's a real rare one, pretty expensive, called Bone Machine. Especially if you get like that Europe pressing, man. I think last time I saw it on Discogs, it said it sold for like 170 to like 185 in that area, which is pretty damn steep. I would still love to own it. Who knows if I? Man, that's a lot of money to drop on one record. It depends how much money I got how much play money I got in my pocket, and if I ever come across it. Um, you see a few on Discogs here and there. I would love to find one coming in at the shop so I could get my discount on it, so I don't got to pay that full price. At least I know I'm getting 30% off that bad boy. Yep. But I think it's that. And because I did own it at one point. I don't know if I actually pawned it way back when, or I just can't find it in here. It was one of his live albums called like Glitter of Doom. That was one. I think that was the second LP I ever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the second LP I ever bought for Tom Waits, was the live one, and that was like, I think in like the '90s, early 2000s live. Nah, I forget. Um, where was I going after this? Oh man, see, that's what happens when you don't got editing. Forget, man. God, I had it all thought in my head. Like, all right, don't forget saying that, but I am. Yeah, but he's got great. I wouldn't mind doing like a top list of my favorite album covers. He's got quite a few of my favorites. I love The Closing Time. Love Small Change in That Corner. I had that big poster of it over there. A fun little fact: that naked lady in the background where Tom Waits is just chilling on his, was like almost a desk, smoking a cigarette, having a drink. That's Elvira. Yes, that beautiful lady named Elvira. I wonder if he hooked up with her. I don't know, because they hung out for a while, and or no, he's a rock star, man. And Tom Waits, he was not a bad looking man back then. I'm sure he did just fine for himself. I'm hoping he did. But yeah, oh man, what else? What was I? What other album? What? No, I don't know. Well, unless I can think of something while I'm still rambling on, but I think that's kind of it. I didn't want to do a too long video of it, 'cause, it's very rare when I run into another really big Tom Waits fan. I know they're out there, but just me running into them, I haven't. I've only ran into a handful of Tom Waits fans. One of the guys who got introduced it to me, and there was one guy who came in the shop. I don't know how the conversation with Tom Waits came up, but it did. And then boom, back and forth stories. You go, I go, you go, I go. Then saying what his favorite albums were. Saying, I think when he saw him, he actually saw him, I believe, in the '80s something. I think it was the mid to late '80s, I believe. Um, and that was really cool. But all right, guys. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this evening. Um, Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment in that comment section. Let me know if I suck, if I'm doing all right. Remember that, guys. Other than that, appreciate you guys listening. Leave me comments if you're a Tom Waits fan or curious about what albums to start with, or you can always go to YouTube and test a few out. Um, I always love like Hold My Hand. Big in Japan's really good. Um, Hope I Don't Fall in Love with You. Long Way Home, which Long Way Home's actually my Instagram account is called Long Way Home. I think 17 or 21. So, and I even had like I was a big Chicago Bulls fan, and my wife on all my Bulls hat, which he got me a bunch way back when. On the back, it said "Long Way Home." Like I got them custom stitched. I had like 5 or 6 Bulls hats that said "Long Way Home" on the back. I, I love that. Love the song, but I just think it's a cool little phrase, "Long Way Home." But all right, guys, thank you.